Narito na.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Your host with the most, King G in the house. Don't get used to seeing me without a hat. You already see me without a hat, but I just came out of work, so. Anyways, I want to thank each and every one of you guys who participated in the sweepstake, or in the giveaway, should I say. Dragon Recon, thank you for participating. You won. I'm going to do another one for January the 1st. Start off the 2021 for good. So that's for another video. But this video is basically on right now at this moment in time. There's not much that we can blame President Trump for as far as the coronavirus. I'm thinking about in this late stage of the game. Apparently he's leaving and he's not going to do much about it. So when you see record-breaking 152,000 people contract the coronavirus, 1,000 deaths per day, right now, that falls on us, on the citizens of the United States of America. It is up to us, because we all know that we have a president who's incapable of doing the correct thing. And that's just to tell people to wear a mask. So it's up to us to start, taking care of each other and wear a mask. I mean, I don't know where it is that some people get the idea that by wearing a mask or by mandating a mask, that's what we're going to go at, that's violating your civil rights. It's not violating your civil rights if it means saving your life. At this late stage of the game, or at this stage of the game, it's kind of preposterous to say that the coronavirus is fake. It's kind of preposterous to think all these hospitalizations are all fake. And people's deaths are fake. I think it's time for us to, as a nation, to be vigilant and to take care of one another. I work and I wear my mask 8 hours a day. It does not bother me at all. I don't want to, I could say I don't want to wear a mask. I'm not going to get it, but I can't afford that because I have a family. And I know consciously that everybody's immune system works differently. It's designed to work the same in retrospect. But in some people, it doesn't work that way. Despite the statistic of what you say, 85% or 90% or 80% of the people get over this. But you cannot depend what happens with those the rest of the 20%. Okay? You don't know how your body's going to react to something. Just like a vaccine. You can get a vaccine and you don't know how your body's going to react to that vaccine. That's why a lot of people don't get, some people don't get the kids vaccinated because they think a vaccine is harmful. It's not that it's harmful, it's that we don't know how that vaccine is going to work on that person. The body reacts differently to chemicals. The body reacts differently to things that we put inside our bodies. Our body's not meant to take vaccines. Our body's not meant to do this. That's why we have an immune system. Our immune system is supposed to protect us from these things. But sometimes the immune system is not strong enough, like to fight off a cancer, to fight off there are certain viruses or certain diseases that the body cannot fend for itself. And it tries to, it really does, but it's just not strong enough. So that's where vaccination comes in. That's where therapy comes in. That's where a lot of things come in. So you have to be constantly, you don't have to know science to know this. Everybody's body reacts differently to certain things. Their immune system is there to help us, to protect us from infectious disease or from viruses. That's what the immune system is, right? Then most of the time, not most of the time, your immune system, most of it consists of 80%, it goes to your gut. It's in your gut. So what you eat is very important for a strong, healthy immune system. What you intake, your vitamins, your minerals, all that is very important. Because you have a strong gut, you have a strong immune system. So it's good to like probiotics, yogurt, because that's live culture and that helps your immune system. Anything to help your immune system, anything to help your gut is very important. So it's up to us as a nation to take care of each other. So, stop saying, this violates my rights. Stop saying this violates this. It's not valid if it means, God forbid, I have the virus. I'm asymptomatic. I pass by you. I cough all it can be. Those droplets goes onto you because you're not wearing a mask. And you get sick a few days later. And then 2 weeks later, you die. Because you weren't wearing a mask. Or I wasn't wearing a mask. We both weren't wearing masks. Whatever reason, for whatever reason, I'm not wearing a mask. And for whatever reason, you're not wearing a mask. But we're not both wearing them. And you get it. And you have this idea, well, I'm not wearing a mask because, this is not going to hurt. This is not going to harm me or anything like that. But it does. Then what? You see? That's the way you got to think about it. People cannot think about, oh, this is not going to do anything to me, or this is violating my rights. I don't know who came up with the concoction. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's not violating your rights. All right? You don't have to be in China. You don't have to be, just because they do it in China, they mandate because it's a communist country. That doesn't mean anything. We're not a communist country, but we're looking out for each other. So if we don't need a governor, we don't need a mayor, we don't need a senator, we don't need a president to tell us it's time to mask up. We don't need that. We could do that ourselves because we're human beings and we think for ourselves. But some people at times need to be told what to do. Some people need to be told what to do. And it's a shame. It really is. And I cannot emphasize this a lot. I mean, I have family members. My sister had COVID. My sister, her husband, my niece was asymptomatic. My cousins had COVID. I mean, I had a lot of people who had COVID in my family. Thank God they're okay. I've known YouTubers that they text me, leave me messages that they too got COVID. And they got over it. But it's not the same for everybody. We have 243,000 people who did not survive COVID. Right now, it's realistic that some of us might, get COVID on Thanksgiving and will not make it past. We'll not even see Christmas. We won't even see the New Year because the mentality that I'm not going to do this because it violates my rights. I'm not going to do this. Listen, this has nothing to do with your rights. This has something to do with your health. This has something to do with your life. This has something to do. I don't care who sent it here. I don't care if it was China, Japan. I don't care what that is. Don't get involved in politics because this has been politicized too much. All right, with all the mask and this and that, and then when you see the president say, "I'm tired of talking about COVID," well, that's what it is. It's COVID. Right? And we have to take care of one another. It's very, very important. If you don't look out for your health, look out for the loved ones that you got. Look out for, God says, love thy neighbor, you love thyself. Think about your neighbor. Think about your mom. Think about your pop. Think about your grandmother. Think about your kid. Think about all those people that you can infect. Think about that. Just don't think of yourself. Think about others. That's the key important. We're supposed to take care of each other. We're supposed to take care of one of each other. Your neighbor. All that kind of stuff is very important. So it just astonishes me that people think with that mentality, or that this is just the government trying to control me. This has nothing to do with the government controlling you. If the government wanted to control you, we wouldn't have 242,000 deaths. When it says lockdown, it's lockdown. And when they say you can't go out of your house, you can't go out of your house. I mean, are we going to be that extreme? Are we going to get to that extreme? Are we a nation of ignorant people? Are we that ignorant that other countries sees us? I mean, other countries are seeing a rise in the coronavirus, like Italy again, Spain, and all that kind of stuff. But they went through a period where they plateaued. We haven't even been to that period. We haven't even plateaued. As a nation, some states have, some states haven't. Like New York plateaued after 30 some odd deaths. New Jersey plateaued. Now they went back up. So that's kind of the thing that we have here. I mean, You guys can have your thoughts. You guys can have okay, I'm not gonna wear this, but think about the other people. Think about the other person. Don't let these people tell you that people that don't know anything about masks, don't know anything about science, tell you masks don't work. But that mask makes you worse, or that mask gets you sick, or that you're inhaling your carbon dioxide. That does not work that way. I mean, doctors have been wearing masks for hundreds of years. So think of it as a conscious decision. We as a nation, we have to come in together on this. If we're going to beat the coronavirus, if you want to get back to normal, if you want to get to that normalcy, if you want to go back to the way it was a year ago, close to a year ago, then these are the things that we have to do as a nation. Don't let these political people, or don't let these conspiracy theorists tell you that you have to do this, you have to do that, or that these are people that have no lives and they want to get clout or whatever it is that they want to do. But I am telling you, masks do work. So wear your mask, protect your loved ones, stop gathering people. There's nothing wrong with being inside your house for a few weeks. There's nothing wrong with that. Find an entertainment, do something. But at least if we could flatten the curve to the point that we can get to a vaccine, then fine. But let's do that first. Let's get to that point first. Some of you may not get vaccinated. Some of you might get vaccinated. But until then, let's flatten that curve. Let's go down. Let's plateau. And then we can go to somewhat of a normal life because we have something under control. But since the beginning of time, we have not controlled this. This is just going up, up, up. And all those states, all those West Coast states that saw New York, Florida, New Jersey go up, they had a chance to control the virus because they were ahead of the game. They had a plan. They had a choice to not a choice, but they had a plan to say, you know what, we can control this. We got some information on New York. We got some information on Florida. We got some information on Philadelphia. We can gather that information and we can be ready. People in the West Coast should have said, you know what, this is not going to happen here because we're going to take care of ourselves. Or if it does happen, because people do migrate. People go and come in and out, and with traveling, but. Now that that's done, we cannot turn back time, but we can make sure that the future it's different. Don't let this conspiracy theory, Bill Gates, don't forget about all that. Just think about the person that you love. All right. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just wear a mask. Look. I'm not lying to you. Look, I had this just to protect myself. These are all the masks that I have. This is not being overprotective. This is just who I am, and I got more. These are packs of 10 that I get them through DoorDash because I do DoorDash sometimes. All right, and I got my hand sanitizer there, and that's it. I wear my mask because I work at Walmart. I work at mask. I clean my hands. I fist bump, all that kind of stuff, but. I try to be, 99.9% of the time I'm very protective. Sometimes I forget that I'm like, oh, I gotta watch, but I don't touch my face. That's very important. Whatever you touch, just don't touch your face. If you're having clean, sometimes we have a habit like going like this. Oh man, I forgot. It's just happening to me. It's just nature. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Thank each and every one of you for subscribing. I know some of you guys have left a subscription, but that's okay.